Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. Tricky Bricks roll call. Moto, Holly, Kara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the Tricky Bricks Build and Chat Show!
Ahoy, ahoy, everyone.
Everybody! It's Friday!
It
Woo!
is. End of the work week.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for Friday.
And I know none of you would expect this, but there's LEGO to talk about.
Oh my goodness, there's so much LEGO to talk about.
Isn't there always
so many? Well, not always. This is exceptional. We have an exceptional amount of LEGO to talk about today. So gosh, it's been a week.
Well, it's been more for me. I was here Sunday, but I wasn't here last Friday. I'm here.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You weren't, and here you are now. So there you go.
It's true.
So there is, we've got a lot of LEGO news. We've got a review that we're doing today.
You know, of something brand new.
And if there's time, we might even build something. I'm not sure, but you want to scooch over a little bit so half your head's cut off.
Look at that. Oh,
there you go.
I'm better there. Okay, you're always doing secret LEGO projects. Can you talk about, you can't actually, you were doing more secret projects this morning.
I was doing more secret LEGO things this morning, which I can't talk about. But
so careful.
Okay, so I want to tell you that there is like some secret stuff going on, and we are going to be next week doing a very special Wednesday night live stream here on YouTube. It's going to be 7 p.m. Pacific time. I know that's a little late for those of you on the other coast, but we're going to have some special guests talking about a very special set that is upcoming that I'm
brand
very,
new.
very
Hasn't
excited
even
about.
been released yet.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really fantastic show. So mark your calendars. Next Wednesday night, we will be doing
I think when are we doing it? 7 Pacific?
7 p.m. Pacific, exactly. So, all right. So let's see what we got. I think that we have, it looks like we've got a nice list of people here today. We've got
in the chat?
Lots of people in the chat, exactly. So yeah, make sure and mark those calendars. Well, hey, so shall we...
I'm not sure where you were going there.
I don't either. Ahoy, hoy, Johnny. How's it going?
Hi, Johnny.
But let's go ahead and do pins, shall we? What have you got going on today?
Well, I'm pretty psyched about the weekend, and who is more psyched than Tigger?
He is always psyched.
Thanks, Clicky, for helping out with the focus there. You're doing a real good job.
Not really. There we go.
All right. He's already started his weekend. Look at that. It's Tigger.
Very good. And I have got one of my favorites that I don't wear very often, but it's Pluto in a in the teacup ride.
They're both pretty psyched.
This face that he's got on right now, that is the face of me about this next Wednesday's show. So
that's pretty good.
Say that.
Here, I'm actually going to put it on.
And I will address this at the end as well, but also don't forget we are in the middle of a 2-week challenge right now. We've been partnering with Yano, Femme from the Block, for the We Are Family Challenge, which is a pirate-themed challenge. You can find out all the rules on Yano's Instagram, and we're going to be doing a little, flippancy with our schedule next week, but we'll talk about that as it gets closer. This Sunday, though, we will be here with our regular panel talking about the latest episode of LEGO Masters.
Because it's not quite yet, although it usually is, it's not quite yet Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Not quite yet.
But we're getting there.
Osorg asked if the Wednesday show is going to be on YouTube or Twitch. It is going to be on YouTube, but there's going to be a sort of like a pre-show on Tuesday on my Twitch stream. So tune in Tuesday.
There's no spoilers on your Twitch stream, though, right?
No, it will be well known by then. I'll be doing a special build on Tuesday's Twitch stream, and then Wednesday night we'll be talking more about it with a really awesome group of people. So, woohoo! Very excited.
Busy day.
It's going to be very busy.
Wait, so you're doing a special Twitch stream as well? Oh no, I see. We got Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday.
I'm on board now. I'm on board.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
You want me to write it down?
Arr.
Goodness.
Pirates are good for getting you out of a tight spot there.
So we definitely have a bunch of Lego news to talk about today. But first of all, let's say hi to everybody who's here right now. We've got Two Humble Bricks is here. Hello. Brickham's Den, Chief Brick Geek, Chris and 1010 Lego Rings Chalice. Very nice. Cowboy Cornado is here. Dr. Cat Builds. Hello. We've got Bubs and Lava Bat. Chief Brick Geek, I think I already said that. Darren Siegfried. We've got people are sliding in now. Fabufan MKE, Hell's Bells, Hooded One, JC Hustle. How's it going? Good
John Luttrell is here,
and Vicky, I expect as well. Hello, Johnny Cat. How's it going? Matthew Builds Bricks. We've got Minifig Chick, Minifig Nick, Monica Berry, and Moto. That's I'm used to that. That one now. That flow. Osorg is here. Shane Levan. Zach Martinez is here. Bonsoir to Wilfred, wherever you may be. And Zerakino Kim. So good to see you Kim. Here today. Awesome. Well, boy, have we got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about, as
people
I mentioned before.
They must be on the edge of their seat. Or
I'm
couch,
sure. I'm sure. I'm so excited that I have to have a sip of coffee.
Oh, here, I'll join you with that.
Okay.
And that stealth tone on tone cup there. That's my new thing now.
Stop with the tone on tone.
It's the new thing.
Is it? Is it though? All right.
Hey, we have a script.
We do. So
how did that happen?
We have some Lego news to share with you. So why don't we go ahead on over to our Lego news? All right.
Imagine the Archeo radio tower.
Type
right the there. News. Hat. Press pass.
Okay. Hey, Brickman Mosaics Art. How's it going? Habit of Bricking is here. Hello. How's it going? Okay, so before we get to the Stratocaster review, let's talk about this Lego news. So announced yesterday, set 10293.
Oh yeah.
Is Santa's Visit. This is going to be the new Winter Village set. I love the angles of this house. It is so cool.
Yeah, well, look at the, I think the green Wolverine claws are great on that steep peaked roof.
Oh, and I don't know if we've seen them in that color before. That's pretty cool.
And they're little wreath kind of things on the sides, like a garland on the sides of the snowman as well, snow person.
Yeah, it looks like a really, really fun set. Now, I know that a while ago they released a Santa's Visit set that was just a little tiny thing, because we have it.
That was 2015, and that only, that had a lot fewer pieces.
Right.
Was it like 100 and some odd pieces versus 1,445 for the new set.
And as Chief Brick Geek mentions, this was designed by Chris McVeigh, who also did the Winter Village set last year, the Elves Clubhouse, which has a similar feel to it.
Well, I think this, the light blue is going to look great in people's winter villages.
Well, and also more colors in that, more bricks in that color, I am completely okay with. I'm very excited about that.
One of my favorite things about this set is the curved bottoms of the roofs that give it a sort of snow/gingerbread feel.
Well, and there's a lot of angles in this, like you can see the two sides of it. A lot of breaking the square, like we like to say.
Yeah, super nice steep roofs and a fat chimney.
And I really love. Hey, Rob Zaccardi, welcome, and the Zaccardis, great to see y'all. I love the snow on the fence. I think that's such
with
a
those
cute
curves, how it's mounded up asymmetrically.
So we actually
it must be hard to come up with new and innovative things for the winter theme.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of entries.
There has been a lot. So let's take a look at the inside. Totally adorable. I love the hidden gift in the attic. It's really cute. I love this little. It looks like in sand green. The lamp that's hanging down from the top is really cute as well.
I think those angled windows up on the second level are really cool.
Yeah, and I love the fireplace. So this has fireplace with stockings, a chimney with enough space for Santa to slide down. So you can actually send Santa down the chimney.
Better put out that fire.
I'm really excited about that. We've got a...
it actually has Lego soot in the chimney, so he comes
Okay.
Okay,
A
there's no
child's
Legos
bedroom, detailed kitchen with decorated dinner table, like you were saying, with the tablecloth, which is totally cute, and a red shield pattern now.
And a red KitchenAid mixer.
And a red KitchenAid mixer, you're right, that's amazing. And then we've got milk and cookies to leave out for Santa and a comfy chair for him to curl up in. Now, I don't have a picture of it, but there is a new cookie piece. I just saw it over on April B's channel with sprinkles. It's a cookie with sprinkles, and apparently Chris McVeigh, the designer, those were cookies that his mom used to make every Christmas with these like sugar cookies with the sprinkles, so he included them in there.
You could put that on your holiday dots bracelet.
Exactly, totally.
You know, I also really like the stripes, the white and looks like maybe dark blue stripe down at the base and at the middle, and the way it breaks up the walls.
And then it also apparently a first for a Winter Village set. The Christmas tree is illuminated. Press down on the top of the tree and you'll trigger the light brick that's hidden inside, and it lights up the tree. So how fun is that?
Will you go back a picture?
Mm-hmm. For the front?
Oh, no, it's there. There's not a lamppost, but there is a lantern. No lamppost.
Oh, you're right.
Look at that, but there's a lantern.
There's a little lantern
on
hanging
a post.
Very good.
A light on a post.
And then apparently this, you can see this roof piece over on the right actually tilts back so that you can access the rooms a little bit better.
Now, am I wrong, or is that a hanging planet Saturn?
It is. It's a poster of a space poster in the bedroom, which is really, really cute. And there's a little, you can see we've got the 3 family minifigures, and then you also get Santa, of course.
John Cleese is dead.
Right. And I do love that little easy chair. The tan chair in the background is a cute little design.
And the angled layout of the middle room is really cool.
Yeah, I really, it's a really, really cute, a cute set. I'm very, very excited for this one.
We could get this and put it on the buffet.
Indeed. All right. Let's see. What have we got next? Okay, so this one was another big one from yesterday. Now, they announced 2 sets on the same day, like within like moments of each other.
They're
pretty
pretty busy over there.
Yeah,
this year.
I was surprised, actually. So the next one that we have up is the Mario question box, or the question mark box.
Fun, and I won't even tell you how much fun it is, because we're going to show you.
So I actually... Hopefully now we're not going to get into any kind of trouble for this. We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll
it has been announced, right?
It has been announced. But this is actually, we'll look at the video in a minute, but this is a really great, you can see how it starts to open a little bit. And then we get 4 micro builds actually that pop out of the build. And you can see there's another little sort of door down at the bottom. Now this one's going to be, and I forgot to mention, sorry, the Santa's Visit set is going to be $99 and will be available starting September 16th for VIP members, which is like just in a few days, and then October 1st for everyone else. All right.
Now, Super Mario set 71395 is $169.99 US.
Higher price point, definitely. It is about 7 inches. If you're wondering, the cube itself is about 7 inches wide, and it comes with 2,064 pieces, and it is an 18+ set. There is a tiny Princess Peach's castle, which I'm sure Bricks O'Brien was very disappointed about. Wasn't the big one he was hoping for.
Well, you know what's extra cool about the tiny Princess Peach's castle?
What's that?
Tiny Princess Peach.
Yeah, so you can see here's the micro Princess Peach's castle with the micro Mario and micro Peach.
You're not going to get a Mario much smaller than that.
So I gotta say, I know a lot of people are disappointed. They're like, why aren't we getting Mario minifigures? Why aren't we getting Mario minifigures? And I'm not quite sure how many times this needs to be reiterated, but somebody else holds the license to Mario figures. And because somebody else holds the license, LEGO cannot have that license until the other person gives it up or the contract is over. So we probably won't see any of these. We probably won't see Mario minifigures for a long time, if ever, depending on how long that keeps up. So, and there's like a little stained glass like dots tile there on the top.
Two things I love about this, other than the pyramid in red, that's cool, is I like the flags on the castle done with bull's horns. And that Mario mustache would make a great, I always think about like the top of a building, the cornice. You could do a bunch of those tiles and they'd make like a little...
It also kind of looks like a bat.
Yeah.
Which I like. So this is another one of the micro builds with King Bob there. I love that little mustache. Oh, there's lots of mustaches in this one. This is really, really really, really cool. And then we have the little icy area with the penguins. I'm sorry that I don't know all of the things.
I gotta say I don't.
So this is going to be, it's let's see, it's got micro figures of Mario, Princess Peach, and also I should mention this is interactive with the Mario and Luigi toys.
Those figures, the electronic toys.
Right. There's sounds and music from Super Mario 64, which is what this is based on. And then there are power stars that reveal secret reactions from the figures. And hints for how to find the power stars can be found in the building instructions. The micro figures include Mario, Princess Peach, King Bob, as well as Chain Chomp, Big Bully, Mr. I, Lakitu, Penguin, Baby Penguin, and more, it says. And then the 4 detailed buildable micro builds are Peach's Castle, Bob Battlefield, Cool Mountain, and Lethal Lava Trouble.
That's where you'll find me.
That's for sure. All right, so we are going to, let's take a look real quick at this. We actually have a video that we can show you that is going to, this should be really fun. All right, so let's take a look at the video.
A take on 8-bit music there.
That is really well. That's the music from the original game, and
yeah,
it was
but kind of a fancier. It's a little more
fleshed out, a little more fleshed out. But wow, like I love the way that it folds up. It just looks so cool. And again, I know there's a lot of people that were really disappointed that it wasn't what they were hoping for, but then. Doesn't that happen with every Lego set that comes out? There's somebody's disappointed about how it wasn't what they were hoping for.
Well,
but, you know.
So here is a, I don't know, earth-shattering idea. What if you're just excited with what they make?
Yeah, there you go. That's a thing.
I think that's pretty cool. I like this set. I know people get very attached to expectations.
Yes. And thank you, Habit of Bricking. Yes, if you are liking the stream, please go down there and give it a thumbs up because it super helps us out. We appreciate that. Okay.
But that's not all the Lego news.
That is not all the Lego news that we have for today. There is this. Now, I know people have been waiting for this, and I have a friend, Andrew Barnick, who has been like obsessed with Monkey Kid coming to the cartoon coming to the US, and it is finally here. The show has been available in other countries for quite some time. It has been this time what Lego has partnered with Amazon Kids, and you will be able to start watching the animated series Series 1 starting yesterday, apparently.
And then season 2 is coming after that.
Yeah, and season 2 will be available on October 28th. And this is on Amazon Kids Plus. and it's going to be available for viewing in the U.S., the U.K., Canada, and then in October it'll be Germany and Japan. You'll be able to watch the show. So
So
if
you can find out a lot of what those signs and different things in the Monkey Kid sets mean.
Right. So now we'll kind of like have a better understanding, and I hope it means that the Monkey Kid line will kind of more take off now that people are going to really know what it is. Because it's, I just realized I'd never put my pin on. But really, really excited about this because personally, like, I love Monkey Kid. I love the aesthetic. I love everything about it. But I feel like I've been a little bit lost as far as like the story goes and like what exactly is going on. Like, I want to know more about Sandy, and I want to know more about all of those characters. Yeah, that's the Spider Queen.
I know, Spider Queen looks pretty cool there.
Very, very
She's got some personality.
So I feel like this is really going to boost Monkey Kid sales.
Well,
at least I hope so.
I think it's one of the most exciting lines going right now.
It is. And do you know what else?
Well, I sound like a commercial, but you know what? I'm a real Lego fan, and I really think these things.
Well, and not only are we going to get this, but there's another line of Lego sets coming out in the fall.
Oh, for Monkey Kid.
For Monkey Kid. So we're going to see more Monkey Kid sets. We're going to see the show launch. Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really fun. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there, but just look at their villain's color palette and how awesome that is.
Well, that's very Disney,
Purple,
right?
purple
and lime green. That's the thing.
They've put some turquoise in there. That's right. There's lots of turquoise in Monkey Kid.
Yeah, I think I think this is going to be really fun, and I'm really, really, really excited about it. Cool. Well, believe it or not, that's all the Lego news. That was a lot, right? That's a lot. So I'm going to be checking those out later because I want to know all about it. Okay. So what's that? Sorry, was that
No,
like
I just imagined a whole animated like time lapse sequence of you waiting until later to check it out. Yep.
All right. So,
but that's not the whole show for today.
It's not the whole show for today. But now it is time, friends, for our regular Friday feature. It's time for Thing from the Crypt. Ooh. Whoa.
Hi there.
Hi, everybody. We're upside down. It's not Stranger Things.
We're in the upside down right now. How did that even happen?
I don't know. Well, it's a long story. At one point, we tried mounting the camera upside down.
I remember that.
And it's been so long since I've used Streamlabs to run the show because we've been doing so many on
with guests
the other
and all
program.
that.
Yep. But now,
what is it, Flynn?
I showed this once. It was a long time ago.
We're not even sure if it was YouTube. It might have been Instagram.
Yeah, well, and I think it was before we even officially instituted Thing from the Crypt. But this is really, I think this one's really a lot of fun.
We like it. We pass by it every day.
So this is an original, like one-sheet lobby poster featuring two top thriller chillers. I Was a Teenage Werewolf, which is being billed as the most exciting motion picture of our time.
Wow, that's the first time Michael Landon has ever been called most exciting.
Yes, and I will tell you, so that is what Richard said is true. It starred Michael Landon, who was the dad on Little House on the Prairie, if you're old enough to know what that is.
As a teenage werewolf.
As a teenage werewolf. And then, this one.
Let's see. You got it?
Invasion of the Saucermen. Sorry, our camera mount is kind of keeping me from showing the whole thing. But
here, we can hold it back here a little more.
But that is the poster. It hangs in our hallway, and I really love this one.
Long before Michael J. Fox did Teen Wolf, Michael Landon was a teenage werewolf.
That's right.
And he was so angst-ridden.
It's true. And I love this like claw hand with like the bloody...
You know, doesn't it strike you most werewolf movies, at least the older ones, the werewolf was so tortured. It's like, I'm sad, I'm a werewolf.
Well, you know, I think that, honestly, I think that really started with Frankenstein, who was a sympathetic monster. And so they found that was like, you know, a really good thing. Like,
right,
get the monster, you know, get people on the monster's side, and you're going to have a whole lot more excitement. All right, so that is
Thing from the Crypt.
All right, well, now for the reason that maybe the reason that you showed up today, and that is
Oh, you mean Logan Cookie Time?
oh well, yeah, that's still a little bit away.
That's why people show up.
But we have got our hands on
What's going on here?
there it is, the Fender Stratocaster. It's coming out on October 1st, and I believe it's a $99 price point, right? It's a latest LEGO Ideas set. There's lots of really cool things about it. One of the things that's really cool about it is you have the option to build it either in red or you can build it in black. It has pieces for both. So you can't build two, you can build one and change the colors out on it.
Uses the same sort of frets and all that.
Yeah.
And a thing...
Yes.
Well, a thing I was really surprised about with this set, and we'll show you the set, is the guitar is not the most complex part of it.
No, it's not actually, although there are some things about it that we will talk about. So you can see that it's got, so it came with a small sticker set. How many pieces have we got here? I meant to do a little bit of research to find out. So it's 1,074 pieces, and I was trying to figure out how many of those pieces are the exchange between the black and red, like how many, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't able to find that out. Habit of Bricking says, one question though, do you regret this Stratocaster doesn't come in your favorite color, the one that kind of similar to orange? Could you please remind us what it was? Well, I think you may be referring to...
That would have to be...
Coral! I would love it. I would love it in coral.
Well, but the thing is, you have the instructions. You could make a purple one.
Yeah,
it's all just limited by the curves you have.
Right, exactly. And that is one of the interesting things about it is the compound curves. And here, let's take a look.
You know what,
Top
Flynn?
cam. What's that?
You know what? I realized the other day we were talking about color changes in Lego sets, and I couldn't talk about this set.
That's right. That's right.
So this is part of their new push to be offering things in multiple colors, right?
Exactly. So this is this is the instruction manual. You can see we've got some nice pictures. These are like the founders of Fender. We've got some good pictures of guitars. And talking
like
about
Ideas
music.
usually do, you get this great background on it.
Right. Really great. This is the fan designer, Tomas Letne. And
it looks great in yellow.
Right. Yeah, it does. It looks really cool in yellow too. And this was his original design, and you can see they've cleaned it up quite a bit. And then here are our Lego designers. We got Martin Stipovic, we've got Ricardo Diaz, and we've got Beatrice Amoretti. These are the folks who worked on this. Yeah, so pretty cool. And I love that they now show instructions on how to use a brick separator, because I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that have never seen a brick separator before and never understood that was a thing that you can use as a tool.
What is this extra piece of plastic that comes in the set?
Why is this thing that comes? It doesn't fit in anything. It does come with, and so let's talk about some of the features of the set.
I've got one right off the bat.
Okay, what's that?
And that is the strap on the guitar.
Okay, we'll get to that. I wanted to start. We'll definitely get to that.
Oh, edge of my seat.
But I wanted to start off with it's got this great build for a stand, and I was looking at this just thinking about how many other uses this design could have. Like, it does fold up.
It could hold your iPad for your stream.
Sure, sure. And I know, I think it was Brickworm was saying that she would love to have this as a, what do you call it? Like a stand for mosaics, which I think is really cool. And I could definitely see that being a thing. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can brighten this up a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, I like using the macro. Oh, I especially like the rubber piece here.
Yeah, it does have these Technic rubber gaskets that are used so that the guitar has kind of like a soft place to sit.
Yes, it could add some friction to it, right?
Yeah, so I think this is, and I just thought it was a really fun and clever build, and looks like the thing that it's supposed to be, right? Like, it looks exactly like a guitar stand. All right. All right, so that was one of the first things. Now I'm going to disconnect
Brought to you by
this.
Technic.
So that's the first thing that you build. The next thing you build is the guitar itself. Now, it is... I found it really cool. So one of the things I can show you is that these frets are printed pieces. These are printed tiles that have silver printing on them for the frets and the dots, which is really cool.
Wow, it looks great.
And we have this printed Fender slope here.
Oh, is that a dots pick right there?
It is a dots pick. It's the last thing that you put on, which is really, I think, really cool. So you do build this out with the printed pieces.
Oh, are the pickups are printed
yes,
as well?
Sorry, the pickups are also printed. You can see them there. They are printed like silver ink on white tile.
That'd be a great space piece.
Yeah. So, and you can see this is like, it's a smallish build, right? Like the guitar is about the size of my hand, right? Like the main part of the guitar is about the size of my hand. Now, there is, then you start, once you've put this part together, you start putting together the body. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of snot work that goes into making these compound curves.
Well, so they can keep it all stud free, right?
Right. So there's quite a bit. We get these really large curve pieces with the even bigger top curve piece that fits in top of it, so you get that nice shape, right? Then you've got your wah-wah bar. You've got I love the use of the little antenna piece here. Now, let me see what I can actually take off of here to show you. But
Sproing.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't know if I can, but
You need a clicky.
I did want to mention that there is a rack gear that is facing this direction that holds the strings on. Or that you thread the strings through.
So the strings sit between the teeth of the rack gear.
Yeah. So, and
That makes sense. Are there knots in the end of them, or they're just held there by...
It's studs. So they're held, like, these strings are like regular Lego strings. There's strings with studs on the ends of them. And then it's tucked all underneath.
So there's no cutting strings here. They're like complete pieces.
No, they are
studs on both sides.
complete pieces. And here, I'm going to take the back off here. And you can kind of see here how the strings... So the strings are attached to this plate, and then they come out here and wrap around that rack gear. Could you grab a rack gear from our pieces so that we can kind of show people? And you can see a little bit in there. Let me see if I can't get clicky on the job there.
Here's a gray.
There, you can kind of see how it's connected. So this is a rack gear. This is what we were referring to, and the strings do go through those. Okay.
Will you hold that sideways? Right.
Like that. So there's where your strings. Now, I will say that I found the strings to be one of the more difficult parts. Oh, can you bring that back? Sorry.
Oh, the rack gear?
I found the strings to be one of the more difficult parts of the build. Now, if you're going to get this and you're going to build it, one thing that I would mention is that while the strings do go into these little slots, the very first string actually goes outside of the gear. It actually rests between the gear and a plate, and then the rest of your strings go along here.
Why is that if they're all right next to one
for spacing? Because if you just the way that it is located on the build, if you don't string it just right, the strings are off like that. And I actually had that issue and had to fix it. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention too, these tiles that have the frets on them are 2x6 tiles.
Innovation.
2x6 tiles.
That means much bigger printed tiles coming up there.
Now, this is definitely a, and here I'm going to kind of talk a little bit, now that we're talking about the strings, I want to talk about a couple of my little quibbles with the set. I think it's really cool. I think it's a great set. I did have a couple of issues just while putting it together. Yeah, the strings are very long. They're as long as you're seeing here, plus they wrap underneath. So I would say they were probably almost as long as the whole guitar.
And are they all the same length?
They are all the same length, and they are staggered. The way that you put them on, they're staggered. And these little knobs, you can actually tighten the strings up, which is what I'm going to talk about now. So when you first put the strings on, these the keys have little colored dots on them. And the reason that they have colored dots on them is so that you know where to put them. Then the instructions ask you to remove the colored dots to then put the gray ones on. And it's really tricky to pop these off without popping the whole string off. So you will end up kind of like taking them off and putting them back on a couple of times. I found it a little frustrating. The other thing that I found a little frustrating about it. And no, Bubs, the guitar doesn't actually play. I wish, but no. Oh, that's right. I knew there was a tile that was missing. What I want to show you about this is you can see right here, this whole section with the tuning keys and the section where the keys attach, or the strings attach, is held on by one clip. A single wide clip.
Oh, and so it has tension on it because of the strings.
So it has tension on it because of the strings. And what I've found is if you tighten the strings enough that they are tight, it tends to tilt this to the side. So it is a little fiddly in here. Like I find it strange that something with so much tension on it would only be held together with one clip.
Joel Marbella had a question.
Is it too difficult to use the gray studs right away instead of going through the colored stud step?
It would be confusing.
It would be confusing just in making sure that you got the strings on the right, like, because even with the colored dots, I got one of them confused. So I'm just saying. Now, so I did find this a little bit fiddly and difficult to deal with. And the string tension definitely can be an issue because the more you tighten it, the more this thing wants to tilt. But so there is a little bit of, fine tuning when it comes to. Do you like that?
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
There's a little bit of fine tuning that's involved in getting the strings exactly right.
When I see if there's any irregularity in the strings right now, it's because the pick is there.
Right. And one of the things I did love about this though is even though they are non-functional, the actual tuning. The keys are a clip with that little espresso looking espresso basket looking piece. I know Kat and I mentioning that earlier. So yes, they are tricky bricks, habit of bricking, but I just do like this as a piece. I just think it's really interesting. And you can of course pose these in whatever way you want to make them look right.
Now, can we talk about this great addition to LEGO Wearables, the printed strap?
Sure, we can talk about the strap. So the strap is held in place by a little inkwell on the one end, and then an antenna piece on the other end. So this is the strap is made from the same type of fabric that the capes are made of, and it comes in one of those little cardboard boxes. But you can see that it's got the Fender logo. It's got the brown and yellow bricks on it. It's a pretty cool little piece, and it's got the the ends of the straps where it connects.
So good for your rock and roll Lego cosplay.
Yeah, exactly. And then it, except for that, you could never get the strap around your head. You could wear it as a choker, perhaps. Nope, it doesn't even go around all the way around my big old neck. All right, so and then it's attached again through a hole in the bottom. There are some bricks with holes in them that you can push this through, and then here on the top it is held on by a inkwell put into a jumper plate, which, you know, is a pretty, you know, not the sturdiest of all connections, but it works, and you can actually, like, it does hold its weight, which is cool. So JC Hustle was asking, how do the strings get tightened? The strings get tightened by turning these little studs. So you can turn them, and it will tighten the strings up for you. Okay, but it is, again, a little bit fussy. The other difficulty, my other little quibble with the guitar part of the build is that when you initially put these strings on, before you get to the decoration part, this one string is sort of like, here, I think I can show you again. One of the strings is slotted in sideways. You can see it here. And it's only being held on by one stud here. This is like a headlight brick or a snot piece.
Oh, got it.
Being held on here. And before you put this side of the guitar on, because it does take a little while before you get to this actual part, this fell off a bunch of times while I was trying to build it. So it's not super, super sturdy. And even now, it's still only held on by one stud. There's nothing holding it onto this, but
it's just stabilized.
But it's stabilized a lot better. So you may, when you build it, you may find some frustration in this. Now, some people who are watching my Twitch stream were like, well, couldn't you just leave the strings loose? And what I found was by leaving the strings loose, then they were flopping all over the place, and I was getting my fingers stuck in them, and, you know, all that sort of thing.
Well, so there's good reasons why this is an 18-plus set, right?
Yeah, so definitely you're going to want to be, you know, paying attention when you put it together, much like, now it's not as intense as, say, the typewriter, which was like, you better really be paying attention. But overall, I think a really fun build, really clever use of snot techniques to create the shape. They did a really great... Bye, Kat. We'll see you later. Thanks so much for coming by. And, you know, again, it's small and cute. And, you know, the first thing that Kevin, I'm Bored Toys, messaged me and said, is it big enough that you could use it on the Monkey Kid Warrior mech as, like, an actual guitar? And I'm looking at it. It might be a little big, but but I think it would work for Voltron.
Voltron could do it.
Voltron could rock out with this. I may have to take a picture of that later.
Well, I don't know. If you ask me, someone to have, if I have a choice between the two to have an electric guitar, it's going to be Voltron.
Hey, Slug Biker, how's it going? Good to see ya. Oh yeah, you do get there is a small sticker sheet. Now I have taken I took the stickers off and applied them, obviously. There is this Fender sticker that goes on the back of the guitar to show where the neck gets held on. You can see it's got little sort of like little screws on it or whatever, right? So that's pretty cool. But again, this Fender brick is printed as well as the pickups and the frets. So the only sticker on the actual guitar itself is this one.
I think those frets are going to be a popular item at in Bricks and Pieces.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Okay, so actually we're at a great stopping point, or I should say a great pause point. Because it happens to be the time for the pause that refreshes. And after the pause, we will be getting to the amp and the foot pedal and then how that all connects together. But everyone, please welcome to the show our very special guest, the reason that you all tune in. It's Logan Cookie Time. Logan has been on a tear all day.
He knows the pattern.
He does know the pattern.
Oh,
yay!
Gentle.
Good boy. He's so excited. He's like on some kind of
There you go.
craziness today.
We don't know what it was.
We have to get a throw.
Okay, we'll go from here.
All right. Cookie toss.
Uh-oh, that's too small. Let's
Bad
do a
throw,
bigger
Daddy.
one. Good
Yay,
boy.
Logan. What a good boy. What a good boy.
Good dog.
Yay, Logan. The king of dogs. All right, everybody, that has been Logan Cookie Time.
Isn't that awesome the way we taught him to do that with his paws.
I know, it's all on his own. So to kind of just show you from the front, this like, I know you saw it compared to my hand, but this is the size of the entire guitar. It's a little guy.
Sort of bigger than Kermit the Frog's banjo.
It's like a little bit. So yeah, again, basically a really cool build. There are some fiddly parts when putting on the strings and then sort of holding them on while you're putting the rest of it together. You know, you may not have issues with it. I just found that I had a little bit. And then I wanted to show you how cute it is when it's on the stand. Right, so you have I love that they included a stand on it.
Now, that is one thing. The trickiness of this is something that I think about when I think a lot of these sets seem like they're designed to bring people in, and you've talked about this before, who are not necessarily Lego fans, but who are, in this case, fans of the guitar, right? So they're diving in fast and deep with
musicians,
with technical. For people who may not be familiar with Lego sets, to get this, there's going to be some technical learning curve.
It is not as big as my ukulele. It's little. Like, just to give you an idea, I don't know if I have. Oh, I've got one.
Here, we'll hold this up.
So this is my newer ukulele, and this is actually small. This is a soprano uke. So this is one of the smaller ukuleles that you can get. But just for a size comparison, there's a ukulele and there's the model. All right.
So this would really hit the high notes.
Yeah.
Why do I feel?
Wow. Nice one.
I'm feeling like whoever the. Well, I want to say Ed McMahon, but someone from this century, you know.
All right. All right, here we go. We've got, so let's go back down to
But that's not, you might think that's all with this set, is the guitar.
Yeah, top cam. Oh, and also too, Monica wanted me to mention there is one giant sticker that you can put on your, your laptop or whatever. But what I really do like is, and let me see if I can get this to focus up a little bit. You could actually, like by looking at this, you could actually build that.
That's buildable.
I mean, you'd have to put a clip in here. Like, there's not a clip to hold the F on or here. You'd have to do some replacement pieces. But you could use this as a guide to actually build these letters, which I think is really cool. So, yeah. All right. So, the next thing is we have the amp. Now, what I found was that it took me as long to build the amp as it did to do the guitar. So I built the whole thing on a 4-hour stream and finished a little early. And that was with distractions. It was with distractions. You can see here that we've got, this is a sticker, this Fender, little Fender logo. This Princeton Reverb Amp is also a sticker. And before you ask, no, it does not go up. There's nothing that goes up to 11, unfortunately. But there are 12 bags. So it goes up to 12, I guess, if you want to say that.
I saw images of this with this logo straight and with it angled.
In the book, it's shown at an angle.
Yeah, well, I saw it in some of the photos and the instructions.
Yeah, so there is, and you can see this is all tons of grills, but I finished that part in record time, actually. Now, interestingly, this is what's interesting about the amp. It looks great from the front, but you can remove the lid, and it has all of the circuits on the inside. Okay, so these are all representing little circuits and stuff. Now you can see that they've used the technique here where the tiles are actually wedged in between studs.
Controversial. What did you learn about that rule?
What I learned about that rule is that if one of these pops off while this is already set in here, it's really hard to get it back on.
And what I heard you talking about was that if we take being included in a set as the benchmark, that putting tiles between studs is okay, and putting putting plates between
is not
studs is
okay.
against the rules.
Right. So this has, again, you can see like all the little circuits, all the little things, and I really now I can't. I wonder if I can show you without completely screwing it all up.
I think, didn't I see tubes on the inside?
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, sorry.
And then this section right here, this angled part, is actually held on by 2 clips, which you then like tilt down to create that angle. I think I might be able to show you.
Oh, and the angle that matches these slopes.
So you can see it here. Yeah, so it's got the angle, and then you put that there.
Smart.
Now, the other part of it is you can also take the back off. And the back is, again, similarly extremely detailed. You've got wires coming out. You've got a little thing here.
Is this a new wire piece?
I don't remember. No.
That.
It's come in brown. It's been like they used it recently in the bonsai tree. They've used it in Ninjago City Gardens to like kind of like wrap around the trees.
Well, it's great in silver.
So it's really cool in silver. You can see it's got this big disc now for the speaker part. Now, what's interesting is even though the speaker doesn't show through, if you were to lift this off, well, I can do it actually. There's actually a hole.
Careful work there.
There's actually a hole, which they didn't have to do.
So as if that's a
speaker hole, a sound hole, right?
Well, and I love this attachment for the disc by just holding it in with 4 studs.
Yeah, I was actually just going to mention that. So thank you for saying it was. This is not actually clipped in, or like it doesn't attach in any way other than being held in by these 4 studs here, like this. And then it just kind of holds it all in place.
With these wires, the clear cylinders there with something.
Those are the tubes. So now here's a little fun thing. This is a tube amp, right? Now these pieces right here are silver candles. So those the new candle pieces. These are actually silver. We have them in silver now, which is super exciting.
Now, am I mistaken, or do I see something inserted in the middle of those?
Yes,
cylinders?
in this particular tube here, there's a lipstick.
Oh, and it just fits in there because it fits in the hole.
That's right. Yeah, so there's a lot of detail in this, and I would say even like more tiny details in the amp than there are in the actual guitar itself.
That's great.
It's really quite fascinating the amount of work they put into all of that.
Now, I'd be interested to know how much of this amp was in the original fan model.
I know about the details of it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but yeah, it's really well done with all of the little details, because they could have just it could have just
made a box.
Yeah, made a box, but they really they went for it.
Well,
so
I think this is another case where they're sort of telling a story with the build.
Yes.
Like you have this adventure through the Fender Stratocaster while you're building it.
Well, and I think also anybody who has played an instrument, has played a guitar and has to deal with an amp, knows that you end up having to get into the back of it and like fuss around with it sometimes. So, yeah, a lot of parts for the set went into that's the top. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love how they created sort of a fake little strap. There's always the strap to hold it.
It looks like it.
Yeah, and then that just sits in there, right? Okay, so there's a small foot pedal that you make, and it is held in by, this is one of those pneumatic tees, and these
which is a super helpful technical piece,
right? And there is a pneumatic tube here. Now, what I found was once I was at the point of having to put the tubes on, it is it's quite tricky to get the tubes on because they fit really tight, and you have to fit them on to a little. This is just a stick,
Like a lightsaber?
Yeah, like a lightsaber, exactly. And you kind of have to really, you have to apply a lot of pressure and stuff to get it on there. And see, I just heard something pop out. See, so you can see that when I went to pop this in, it popped all of these pieces off, and I did have that problem. So, and now, like I was saying before, when these guys pop out, it's extremely difficult to get them back in.
Oh, well, I can't get them right now, but that's a good use for tweezers.
Yeah, so definitely be aware, like when you're putting this tube in the back for the foot pedal, I would maybe hold on to this little piece while you're pushing it in so that it doesn't end up kind of popping everything out.
That goes along with one of our #1 Lego reminder sayings. So that's squeeze, don't press.
Squeeze, don't press. So yeah, you can see where there are some, well, that's going to be hard. Yeah, and once it's in here, it's really hard to get this particular purple one back in standing up. So I'm just going to save that for later. But anyway, be aware that when you do that,
how will you sleep tonight knowing that's like that?
It won't be like that by tonight, trust me. Then we have the front. We have the front tube, and which is once again, they use a lipstick for this one. Now it's a pneumatic tube on the inside, but it's a lipstick on this one.
Lipstick as a technical piece, and the pointed part of the lipstick would go in the tube easier.
Yeah, and this is much easier to attach. This particular one is much easier to attach. So we got our foot pedal, we've got our, and now we have our connector that goes here.
Well, and you can see that pneumatic tube is much more flexible than a flexi tube.
So to get the
right?
Yes, oh yeah, this is like hollow and rubber. So we've got, this is where you attach it. It's a wrench in a snot piece, right? And then it's got one of these little guys.
I saw a ton of those in the stadium.
Yes. Okay, and then you use again another lipstick on this end, and then that just plugs in.
I just feel like the designers are using finer and finer details.
Yeah, I mean there is some tight fitting that goes on in this model that you have to be careful of, kind of like I showed you before. But overall, it's really clever. Yeah, those lipstick pieces are quite useful, and it's interesting to see them being used more.
Well, I feel like they sit there and they say, what is the smallest technical piece we can use for details in this? Right? Like they're really going with the tiniest diameter and length pieces.
So we've got these little, the little knobs on the amp are those, I call them light bright pieces. They look like those little light bright bits, and they do actually turn. Not that they would have any function, but you can turn them.
Up to 11.
Up to 12. Yes. So anyway, it's a really cool, fun build. Now there's a little sticker here that says 4/6/2020, and I'm not exactly sure what significance that has. I'm sure if I could do some research and find out, but yeah.
Easter egg.
Yes. So Zach is asking, for those of us who are unaware, what's the function of a pedal on a guitar? Effects. So you can do little sound, like effects with it by like reverb or distortion. You can use your foot to press on the foot pedal, and then it'll give you that, so that you're not, fiddling around on the build. So that is, I think it's a really good build. Again, I think it has some fiddly bits that you need to pay attention to while you're building, particularly the strings. That's probably the biggest place where you really need to pay attention. And then the other place would be the inside of the amp, particularly when you are plugging in this tube for the foot pedal. That can be a little bit tricky.
But it ends up with a really great miniature, right? Like a really great
yeah. I mean, like the final finished look is really cool. Now, they do include, we mentioned this kind of at the beginning, but the very last thing you put on is this, the little pick. And it's one of those quarter round dots tiles. And the fun thing about it is they give you a selection of them in multiple colors. So including coral. There are a coral one. I didn't use the coral one. I used it because this is the one that I had the closest to hand. But there is, yeah.
Oh, and Brickanista points out Lee, who came on and talked with us about fonts, has used those lipstick pieces in a seminar at Bricks by the Bay. Like, he's really, really good at tiny technical pieces.
So Joel says he wants to see somebody smash this Lego guitar on stage in a TikTok video. Now,
no, I have Lego trauma from that TV,
one challenge,
that TV show.
Yeah, I did pretend smash it on my. I did pretend to smash it on my show, but
with your headband and.
Oh wait,
rocker outfit.
Monica, are you right? Did it not come with a coral one? Now I can't remember.
Uh-oh.
I thought that it did though. Oh wait, no, I have the extra pieces here. And you know what? You're right, and I am a filthy liar.
There's orange.
There's orange. There's gold. And there is.
Wait, we got to put an orange one up there. We got a dark magenta, or
magenta. Yeah, there's magenta, orange, gold, and the turquoise. And then that's one of the other things. But then I had to provide my own coral one. Sorry, you're right.
It's worth it.
I'm a liar. But all in all, super fun build. You want to hold that up? This is the model in its entirety.
Oh no, I'm gonna break it. I want to hold it by this.
All hooked up.
Here, do some
really
kind
fun,
of painful looking thing.
Yeah. So there you go. A really fun set. I think that if you are into musical instruments, you will really like it. Now I know that I did hear a few people say, well, you know, this and that, and I'm sure if you are like a professional guitar player, maybe this isn't like you're gonna maybe raise an eyebrow. But the thing that I feel like people need to remember is much like when you're doing micro builds, there's a certain amount of stuff that you have to give up in order to create something of a size.
You mean like design
compromises.
Design compromises you have to make to abstract it into that smaller. You have to let go of some details, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, also, I think about a set like this, and when I look at ideas, I think this is something you're gonna like put on your shelf to look at. You know,
right.
That's going to look really cool. And they could have made it 3 times the size, but then it would have been a much more expensive set, and it wouldn't fit on your shelf.
Right.
I think this will look great in the display space of a lot of people who, you know, would want to own this.
So if anybody out there in YouTube land right now if you have a question that you'd like me to answer about it, or if there's a part that you'd like to see a little bit closer up, I'm happy to show that if you will. So I enjoyed the build. I think it'll be really fun. And this is me speaking as not a musician. Well, I guess that's not really true.
No, you are, in a major way, you're a musician, but you're not a guitar player.
No, I am not the probably target audience. And I know that some people were talking about wanting to convert it into a bass, which would be really cool.
Put 2 necks on it.
Yes, exactly. A flying V. Like I'll be interested. Like always, I will be super interested to see what people do with it.
Yeah.
Like because you know people are gonna mod it, people are gonna do things with it, and I think it's gonna be really fun. It's a beautifully detailed model, lots of cool printed pieces.
You could turn it into a cello.
Yeah, well, like I want to get those. I want to get some more of these fret pieces so I can make a ukulele, which I think would be really fun.
I want to make a little boardwalk with them.
So yeah, I know that there's you could convert it to a violin. Says Joel. Absolutely, I think it's
with
really
that
cool.
Cool curvy neck.
How easy is it to switch between the colors? It's pretty. Now you would definitely like if I wanted to switch the colors, I would have to take a fair amount of it apart to then change it.
You'd have to restring it for one. Right?
I'd have to restring it. You'd have to re-put the decorations on. I can kind of show you in the instructions.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of it without the white part mounted, right?
Yeah, so in the instructions, and let's go down, we can go back down to the top cam here. This is where you are. So this is the part with the stringing, like I was talking about. This, you really do start building the red part on fairly early. So you would, I think we got about, let's see how far we got into it. So you would have to take it down to just this bit.
Oh, you can see how the rack gear is.
Yeah, and there's that rack gear. You can kind of see how it's mounted, right, for those strings. But that is pretty much where you're going to get about 20 steps in or so before you start building that. So you would really have to strip it down and restring it. So before you're able to switch the pieces.
I want to see what happens with these 2x6 printed tiles.
I know. I want to see more of that.
There's going to be a lot more.
And just so you're wondering,
I'm imagining Justin sitting there saying, "No, you can't. What about my stickers?"
So these are the pieces these are the extra pieces to make it black. They come in 2 bags. All right. So
there's actually 2 sizes of these printed tiles. It looks like, are those 3s and 6s or 4s and 6s?
I think it's a 3. It's a 2x3 and then some 2x6s. So yeah, that is our review of the Fender Stratocaster. If you are into guitars or into music, it's a really great display piece. It's a really fun build. Hey Ray, how's it going?
It's not just me. We've talked about this before on the show. It's hard to keep up. They're putting out so many. They're putting out lots of sets and lots of lines.
They are putting out lots of sets and lots of lines. And I should mention, it is in the description of the video, but LEGO did send us this for review. So thank you, LEGO, for the awesome build. And along the lines with that, next week, oh my goodness, next week, we have 3 sets that we are reviewing all in 1 week. So that's going to be a crazy ride,
including our Wednesday night spectacular.
Including the Wednesday night spectacular. Bub says, "What number out of 10 would you rate this set?" Gosh, I hate giving things a number score, but I mean, I would say
just overall, like the whole set together.
I think the whole set together. I have to knock off a point or 2 for the fiddliness of parts of it, which can be very difficult and frustrating. But I would definitely say like an 8 or a 9 for sure. And I mean, as far as like just the look of it, it's a 10. Like, it's a beautiful set.
Yeah. Fun
build, clever build techniques, lots of great detail, but it does have a few minor
There's some caveats.
Quibbles. There's some caveats, exactly. Okay, so what was I about to say? Oh, yes. So next week, we have these 3 sets for review. There is an awesome new set that's going to be announced next week that I am so incredibly excited about. I will be building it on my Tuesday Twitch stream. Then Wednesday night, we will be doing a special evening show. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, next Wednesday night, a special evening show reviewing this set that's going to be coming out. And we are also going to have a panel of other people on talking with us about it. Special guests, we will be having April B. We will be having Dr. Cat Builds. Yano will be with us. And we are going to be having Jay Ong from Australia, who's a really great guy who does Jay's Brick Blog. If you haven't heard of him, you should definitely check his stuff out. He's really great. And we will be all on together talking about this new mystery set. And then later in the week, you'll see the reveals of the other 2 sets that we're going to be working on.
Wow, we've got LEGO news happening right here.
It's crazy.
Right here.
So yeah, be sure and mark your calendars for next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. PST. I know that might be difficult for some folks on the East Coast, but I think it's going to be a really fun show. It's going to be about an hour.
Recorded too, right?
And it'll be recorded just like all of our stuff. You'll be able to go back and watch it later if so choose you. Just a reminder, we are in the middle of a 2-week build challenge. Those builds are for the We Are Family Challenge with Yano, and you can find out all the rules on her channel on Instagram. She talks about all the rules.
Talk Like a Pirate Day.
For Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is the 19th of this month. And like I mentioned, we are going to be doing a little switcheroo of our schedule. Next Friday's show will be our recap of the final episode of LEGO Masters. And then Sunday will be the We Are Family Talk Like a Pirate Day slideshow special. So you have a little extra time to turn in your builds this time.
If only there were some honey lemon lozenges back then, maybe pirates wouldn't have sounded so "arr" all the time. You just needed a little lozenge.
Yeah. Bubs says, that I wouldn't be excited about the Eternal set. I really do like the Eternals, actually. But, I'm not as excited. I definitely have to say, if it was between the Eternals and the set that we are going to look at, definitely the set that we're going to look at is much more exciting to me for multiple reasons. But, again, not going to go into too much detail on that for fear of saying the wrong thing.
And Minifig Nick is halfway through his R build.
Awesome. Well, this is going to be a really great time. So, gosh, everybody, it looks like we are at the end of the show for today. I've actually got another secret Lego project that I'm going to work on today.
You are a secret squirrel.
Full of secrets. But I hope you enjoyed the show, got some news out of it. I hope you enjoyed the review of the Stratocaster. I think if you do build it, you'll have a lot of fun building it, and it'll make a great piece for the shelf. So
make your own pick.
Make your own pick, exactly. You can make your own pick in coral
if you want.
We have a bunch of them. So
I still want to know if someday that actor ever sees.
I hope not. Poor thing. It's like, we're not making fun. We really we love you.
We
Carl.
love Carl.
we heart Carl. We have a coral heart for Carl. All right. So thanks everybody so much for joining us today. We will be back on Sunday with our regular Sunday crew talking about this last episode of LEGO Masters.
I know, getting near the end of the season. It's getting...
I know, we're just down to
nail biters.
2 episodes left. All right, Brick Jedi, we'll see you later. And yes, and please like the stream if you haven't already. We would super appreciate that.
How do they do that?
By going down below the video and hitting the little thumbs up. There you go. And what do we do? Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. I haven't done this in so long. We may be upside down.
Minifig Chick, we are not making fun of Andy Lincoln.
Andrew Lincoln? Well, a little bit. Oops, wrong thing.
There might have been someone else on the way.
Sorry about that. I hit mail instead of email. Just wanted to let you know we're upside down. You can find us on Instagram at Tricky Bricks. You can email me, Flynn at trickybricks.com. This is so weird. And then if you have anything you want to send us through snail mail, it's Flynn and Richard, P.O. Box 11517, Oakland, California, 94611.
Coming to you from the upside down.
I know. Whoa! I don't know.
We might be making.
I'll be fixing that soon. Sorry about that.
It actually points to the fact that there's a lot of nuts and bolts behind making it look like we don't know what we're doing.
It's true.
It takes a lot of work to look like this.
So, yeah, it takes a lot of work to look this ridiculous. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget, until next time, I'm looking for a thing. Don't forget, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, get that vaccine as soon as you can, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Happy building.